And this is another question. I got thinking on my way back to the house. Most of the swarms that I have caught this year or saw located, I've seen them hanging in the trees from around 11 in the morning until probably around 2 o'clock. That's when I mostly first see them. And I'm not saying they don't stay there longer than that. I'm just saying that's mostly when I first see them. I was wondering, is there any kind of research on what time swarms actually happen more, or if that's just a coincidence on my part? So I'm going to try this. I don't know whether I can do it or not, but I can't see out of that one eye. But anyway, I come down to the bee yard. I got another swarm up here, and it's, I'd say it's the size of a volleyball. I don't know whether it came out of the big swarm that I had caught about a week and a half ago. I hadn't been in there to check them. I'm gonna go in there and check them if I can get these in a box. I'm thinking they may have come out of Henry's equipment, because he put new queen cells in a bunch of his this past week. And I've noticed when they put those queen cells in, they have a lot more swarms that come out that following week. So I'm guessing they're just making room for another queen. I'm running out of equipment, so what I'm using, I took one of my swarm traps down, and I got some old wax and some propolis and a handful of dead bees, and you see the bees, they done coming to it. So I'm gonna set it on those 2 concrete blocks that I have right up under that swarm, and then I'm gonna pull that limb down slowly and shake it in that box. I don't have any open brood at the moment, but I'm gonna go over to one of my hives over there and pull out some open brood. I'm gonna put in there. That'll kind of lock them in the box. I see a lot of people that lock their swarms up for 2 or 3 days. I've never done that. And I can't say that I've actually, now I've only done this month to be 1 year, my 1 year anniversary of having bees of my own. I've never taken any classes or anything. It's kind of, learn as I go deal. But I see a lot of people talking about lock them in for 3 days and that makes them stay, but I haven't had to have that happen. I mean, I put a frame of milk brood in there. I give them some drone comb if I have some. If not, I'll put some foundation in there. And most of the time, like I say, I hadn't had any to leave, but most of the time they stay. I don't have any problems with them. So let me see if I can get these in the box before they decide they're gonna leave the tree. Okay, so I went over to that other hive, resource hive, and I got a frame of open brood, and I put it in the box. The bees are already starting to come down. I guess they can smell it. I do not know. I've heard people say they can smell that pheromone. I do not have any more drone comb, so all I have is just super with some starter strips in it, if you can see that. The idea is that starter strip just kind of gets them straight, and they'll draw down comb off of that. Maybe next week I'll have some more comb come in. But I'm gonna see if I can get these girls down in this box. Like I say, they're coming on their own, but I'm impatient. Let's see if I can hold you in this other hand. Oh, got me. Anyway, I got them in the box for now. I should have my gloves on, but I don't have any right here with me. There's a lot of them going back up that limb, but for the most part, I got them in that box. Now, I forgot to put my lemongrass oil or my swarm rustler on the top of that box. I think it kind of just helps hold them in, or gives them a little bit more scent. But if the queen's in there, they shouldn't need that. I see a bunch of them fanning right on that edge. Y'all have to look over me. I can't really see. I'll tell you what happened. I had a cold, and it kind of settled down in the top of my lungs. Some people called it an upper respiratory infection. I was coming out last Thursday, which would have been around the 8th, I'm a guess, of April. And we were coming down the road, and the commercial guy Henry was over there messing with his bees, and I stopped to speak with him for a minute, and I coughed just a little bit. Well, when I coughed, I seen something that was like a veil, like somebody put a piece of lace over my right eye. Anyway, I got my wife to take me on to the field up there where I was disking up some land to plant corn. And by the time I got home that night, about 9:30, I could see little swirls, look like a chocolate swirl in a vanilla ice cream. And I was thinking it was blood, but I couldn't really tell. The next morning, I woke up, and it was like I was looking through a red stained glass window. So Monday morning, I called my obstetrician, and I spoke with them, and they said that I needed to come in, that it was serious. By the time I got there, the next morning is the only time they had it open. I couldn't see anything at all out of that right eye. They said I had a retinal tear with detachment, so they had to go in and do surgery on it. And I still can't see out of that eye. And I'm used to focusing with both eyes as normal people are. And with that one eye not being able to see, my depth perception and distance is kind of off. I can't concentrate on the eggs in the hive to see if the queen is laid. I can't even see the queen. I can barely see those bees. They're fuzzy looking. But I know that's what they are because I can hear them. But maybe after I get this thing, because I record everything on my phone, maybe after I get it all at the house where I can get it on the screen, I can get my wife or someone to help me look to see if they see a queen. I see some more on this limb here, so I'm going to see if I can get them down to that box and shake them again. I see a couple of small bees up there, but I don't think the queen is on that limb. That's going up my britches legs. Like I say, this swarm's about the size of maybe a volleyball, but they're doing pretty good. This is the swarm that I had caught in that jester box, and then I had to turn around and put it in an 8-frame box, and that wasn't big enough, so I put it in a double deep 8-frame. I'm wondering if that's where that swarm over there came from. I'm not sure. I'm gonna open it up and kind of see. Well, there's still plenty of bees in the top. I don't have no smokers. They probably fit to light me up, but they seem to be pretty calm bees. I see that box. It's still full. So I'm thinking maybe they came, or those bees maybe just at the very top of the frames, but I mean they've been covering 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of the frames, and they're all over the lid. So I'm gonna just lock them back or shut them back up, close them up, whatever you want to call it. Put the sugar water back on top to feed them, because I didn't have any drone comb for this hive either. I'm gonna use over here and kind of stick a few of these frames down in this here hive good and easy. Try not to kill nobody or squish nothing. That way if the queen's in there, I won't interrupt her. Maybe she's finding her stable location. Let me get my hive tool for this. Little buddy. There's just something about playing with bugs in a box. I think everybody ought to have some. But I will tell you that it gets expensive, and it gets expensive fast. Come on, little buggers. I'll just throw that in that bucket. They'll get off it and go back where they come from. Okay, so I don't have any stuck to the limb this time, so I'm thinking maybe I got most of them down in this box. This will be, I don't see any clusters or anything other than what's in the box, and the rest of them are growing up to the box. This will be the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. This is the 8th swarm I've caught. And out of these 8 swarms, I've only had one that was a small swarm. Well, I'm wrong. I had 2. One of them wasn't bigger than a tennis ball, and the other one was about the size of a softball. So I just kind of combined them back into a nuke that I had that was queenless. They had been queenless for a while, and they didn't have any eggs in there, so they were happy to accept them. Okay, so I'm gonna put this lid back in this box, kind of cattywampus. That way they can go inside and kind of get situated, and then I'll come back in a couple of hours and close them up. That right there, put a little shade on them. All right, I'll come back in a couple of hours and get you an update on it. But I want to thank y'all for watching. Thank you for everybody who supports my channel. I appreciate it. I finally got over 50 subscribers now. It's been a year. April 21st, I think it is, will be my anniversary. And it's a slow grow, but I mean, I'm learning, and I hope someone's learning from me anything that I might share. God bless, and I'll see you back in a little bit.